Hey everyone, my name is Ornella Hernandez and I'm your CryptoTV host. I'll be breaking down some of the latest news from the Web3 world. First up, we'll look at some crypto-related videos that went viral on social media recently. And then I'll highlight one NFT collection that I'm keeping my eye on. And we have two special guests joining us today, so please stay tuned. And let's get into it. I think many of us would agree that most of us get our news from social media. This includes YouTube and, well, this show. The other day, while I was scrolling on X, formerly Twitter, a few things caught my eye. Check out this video of two kids paying for their McDonald's order with Bitcoin in El Salvador. There you have it. McDonald's accepts Bitcoin. You can see that the girl uses her cell phone to scan the QR code that appears on the screen of the machine, and it calculates the amount in US dollars. And the payment is processed super fast. Easy peasy, as it should be. As user CryptoT wrote in a post, soon they will turn this on in every country to avoid the 2.5% transaction fee that Visa and MasterCard charge. Kids are born online today, and a digital currency is native to them. And trust in governments has never been lower. The future is clear, she said. Hey, I agree with her. Nowadays, children are born using social networks and digital currency could be something native to them. Hopefully soon, the Apple Pay feature, but for crypto payments, will be an everyday thing, like CryptoPay. The wallet that the girl used in the video is called Wallet of Satoshi. Satoshi is the pseudonym used by the person or group of people who developed Bitcoin cryptocurrency in 2009. Satoshi Nakamoto is the name, and despite many speculations, we still don't know their identity. Wallet of Satoshi is considered a Lightning wallet because it uses the Lightning Network that processes instant Bitcoin micropayments. This type of wallet requires users to have a very minimal knowledge of blockchain prior to setup. And it's very popular in El Salvador in particular, where President Nayib Bukele has made the adoption of Bitcoin his official mission. In September 2021, El Salvador became the first country in the world to make Bitcoin legal tender, forcing businesses to accept the cryptocurrency as a means of payment. The Salvadoran population is gradually getting used to using Bitcoin for daily transactions in restaurants and stores. And look, the spirit of Bitcoin has even reached the Miss Universe 2023 beauty pageant, when Miss El Salvador wore a Bitcoin-themed costume down the runway. Bitcoin seems to have all kinds of uses. And here's one more: helping to fight fraud in presidential elections. Yep, you heard right. Another Central American country, Guatemala, used the Bitcoin blockchain in a verification process that helped confirm the legitimacy of votes. So what had happened was that after President-elect Bernardo Arévalo was accused of electoral irregularities, the opposition candidate called for a recount. The Supreme Election Tribunal used a tool called Simple Proof, created by Bitcoin developer Peter Todd a few years ago. And it played a special role. Simple Proof enables official election documents to be stored on-chain. The documents are hashed into the blockchain and given a timestamp that cannot be forged or altered. The key here was the timestamps. It added a layer of transparency, ensuring that all the documents cannot be tampered with and that any citizen can independently verify the information themselves. This is super interesting. I love to see this kind of news. And the best part is that it has nothing to do with speculation or prices. It's all about the technology. Let's see if other countries start using blockchain technology for their elections as well. And here's another use case. You know the expression, "to the moon," and how it's a common battle cry within the Web3 world? Well, blockchain technology might soon actually be headed to the moon. Well, sort of. NASA is teaming up with Florida-based computing startup Lone Star and the island Isle of Man to use blockchain technology to safely secure data on the moon. NASA will send what they call data cubes to the moon in February 2024. They said digital stamps will be created and stored in these data cubes. Once installed on the moon, the data will then be verified by blockchain tech on Earth to make sure that the data is authentic and has not been tampered with. Essentially, they're creating a blockchain verified data storage solution. And if all goes according to plan in 2024, they'll use these data cubes to verify when a second crewed mission has landed on the moon, when NASA launches its Artemis 3 mission in 2025. Basically, NASA has two goals here. First, to create a new data storage solution that isn't on Earth. So this could help data sharing accuracy and transparency for agencies that are exploring the moon. And secondly, NASA wants to prove once and for all that the moon landings in 1969 were real. I guess it's been difficult to prove whether the US actually landed on the moon back then. I thought Pixar didn't happen. Guess not. So blockchain is the answer. And hey, it's official. We're headed to the moon. Now, on the topic of space, turns out that the planet Mars has already arrived on the blockchain. Well, not really. It's more like a metaverse version of Mars. I discovered a blockchain-based video game called Mars 4 that took a terrain map of the planet Mars and created an interactive virtual world out of it, which is divided into NFT land plots. Users can gather resources and play with others, with a big upgrade upcoming for multiplayer, and players are rewarded with Mars 4 tokens for in-game activities and purchases. So if you're interested in GameFi, meeting space exploration and Mars and NFTs, then check out Mars 4. Now, one last headline before we welcome two special guests that are joining me later today. And this one's for NFT enthusiasts out there, and specifically for fans of the Pudgy Penguins NFT collection. This week, Pudgy Penguins toys launched in 2,000 Walmart stores across the US. Here's the official tweet with the trailer of the announcement. They called Walmart a brave new world. Pudgy plushies aren't just regular toys. They're a toy line licensed directly from the holder community. Each toy comes with a QR code that unlocks digital traits that can be redeemed in this digital social experience called Pudgy World. Buyers can digitally collect and connect with friends for nothing more than the purchase of a toy. The CEO of Pudgy Penguins, Luca Netz, posted this image of himself at a Walmart store holding one of the stuffed penguins. He wrote, "One small step for Pudgy Penguins, one giant leap for Web3. Web3 IP and blockchain tech are now front and center in the world's biggest retailer." Some think that this marks the beginning of a new era for products and experiences powered by the blockchain. Others, not so much. In response to Netz's tweet, the following ensued on X. The CEO of Artifact, the company behind CloneX NFTs, Benito Pagotto, replied, "From Sotheby's to Walmart, Web3 future is bright," with a sweat emoji. He said this in a classic French sarcastic tone, he later clarified. But crypto Twitter wanted him to delete the tweet because he seemed to imply that being sold on a chain of hypermarkets is a downgrade from being put up for auction at a major auction house like Sotheby's. I will point out that Walmart is the world's largest company by revenue, with about $570 billion in annual revenue. It's also the largest private employer in the world with 2.2 million employees. It's one of the largest grocery retailers in the US, and the family behind it, the Waltons, are one of the world's richest families. So not too bad, if you ask me. Now, to those telling him that he should delete his comment, Pagotto said, "Nah, I stand by my observation. Web3 went from chasing elitism to mainstream. I don't see how it's wrong, but I get how it can be taken wrongly now." He added later, "I highly respect what Pudgy Penguins is doing. They have a great, super cute IP with huge mainstream potential that they keep on opening in great ways. And Walmart is a huge achievement." And then he prompted his followers to chill out, because he's speaking to Luca Netz, who's also French, and he gets his sarcasm. And that's the hot gossip for today. I want to hear what you guys think, though. Do you think it's cool that NFTs are now in Walmart? Or do you prefer that they stay more elite in Sotheby's? I'm actually a huge Pudgy Penguins fan. I own a Lil Pudgy NFT, which is the secondary collection from the main collection. But anyways, now let's get our interview started. Hey guys, joining me today, we have two dear friends and guests. First up, we have Laura from LKI Marketing Consulting Agency.
Happy to be here.
And Maria, founder of the Femic Agency.
Happy to be here too.
I'm happy that you guys are here. I want to learn more about your stories and about your journeys in blockchain. So first off, just a little icebreaker game. This or that, basically, would you rather? BTC or ETH? What do you prefer?
Ethereum, for sure.
BTC.
Okay, why?
More scalability. They move from proof of work to proof of stake. More sustainable.
Why BTC?
Maybe I'm used to it, but if someone will offer me BTC or Ethereum, I will get BTC.
Okay.
Based on the price.
True, smart.
Based on the price, okay, I'll go with you. But I'm actually for Ethereum as well, since it was my first investment in crypto ever.
Amazing.
So I have a soft spot for it. Okay, next question. Digital art or physical art?
Physical art, for sure.
And what about you?
I can't say both, right?
You can say both. Yeah.
I see the world as both. Like you can have the NFT that proves the ownership of the physical one, right?
Right.
That's how I see the world.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
You can have everything in your house.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Female-founded company or male-founded company?
Oh, come on, that's not even a question. We're all here female founders. Of course, female-founded company.
Okay.
I think one completes the other one. And throughout my experience, there should be 50-50, but I would like to be just a human founder, you know?
I agree with
Yeah.
you. I agree with
Yeah.
you. We're all human race.
Equal.
Okay, love it. Well, speaking about female-founded companies, you both are entrepreneurs. So I did want to get into a little bit of your backgrounds and your journeys. So Laura, let's start with you. If you could just give us a brief overview of your role at the agency and what your mission is behind it.
Awesome. So I came to crypto very by accident in 2016 when I did the first ICO, and ever since I was so fortunate to work with a lot of amazing founders, entrepreneurs, probably worked with more than 200 companies so far. And from just being a freelancer, I grew to running an agency. So now LKI Consulting is 17 people, all based in different countries. We're decentralized company, I would say. And we're very, very fortunate to serve some of the tier 1 companies from strategy up to execution, user acquisition, brand awareness, community building. I personally am heading the company, but it's not just that. I also am a partner at the VC fund where we invest in companies, most infrastructure layer 1, DeFi, and on my spare time, I try to give it back to the community, especially to female founders, female entrepreneurs. I mentor a lot of female founders, and I also go to shows like this, to conferences where I can share my knowledge that it wouldn't be just me, it would be hundreds of female founders doing amazing things in this space.
Love it, okay. And then what about you, Maria? I know you're also a sort of mentor. So if you could explain what Femic is and what the mission behind it is.
Sure. So I started as well by luck in crypto. So I was lucky when I went to this interview. I was in Forex before, and I wanted to leave that industry.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to leave it. Let's say, not the
Change of
reasons.
pace.
Yeah. So I happened, and a recruiter called me, and she's like, you speak a lot of languages. Your profile will be very nice with this startup that there is a lot of traveling. So the keyword traveling triggered me. So I went to this interview. I didn't really like the founder. He looked a lot of moody person. So I raised my salary so he doesn't need to take me, but he took.
Oh, okay.
He said to me, expensive. And I flew to Tokyo after 3 days of my.
You know your worth.
Yeah. After 3 days of my being with the company, and I had to take care of the event. They were sponsors. It's one of the biggest events in Japan. I got excited. Imagine from Cyprus to Japan. I felt that I was going to the future.
So you're originally from Cyprus, correct?
Yes.
And you said you speak many languages. Which ones?
Russian, Italian, French, Greek, English.
Damn, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Let's stick with English for now.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened next?
And then I went to this country, so Japan. Sorry, I lost my. And I got so excited with the technology, everything, and I got curious, like, what is this blockchain? Why all these people are like, wow, this project, you know? And they were raising funds back then, and it was the biggest ICO of that time. So, you know, as Laura happened, the same with me. Like when you do an ICO and there's huge PR around it, then you become known. After that, I moved to Certic. That they wanted me, they took me, and I lead the marketing of Certic. After Certic, like it's like I was wanted as a CMO. And then I built Femic to consult projects mainly.
Okay.
And then I merged to a consultant, and I coach as well projects, and I like to help the ones that they are solving, they're giving to the world, let's say. So I believe a lot in the future of Web3 and yeah.
Okay, I love it. So you both have a marketing background. That's a common theme here.
Yeah.
So what would you guys say is the outlook of the marketing landscape right now in Web3? How would you evaluate it?
So in a current bear market, everyone thinks that no one's spending money for marketing. Marketing is a secondary thing. Now you need to focus more on the product building, but actually the contrary. Now there is no noise. In a bull market, when everyone has so much money to spend, burning cash left and right, it's so expensive to be noticed. All the influencers charge you 10 times more. All the ad spend is basically skyrocketing. Whereas now, when there are true OGs still here, where people who come here not because of the hype and Bitcoin reaching all-time high, but because they actually believe in the industry, you can reach those people much cheaper. So in the current market, as a marketing agency, we're busy. If you're the right agency who delivers results, and we had clients like Binance, for example, working with us, Waves platform, we worked a lot with Cardano because it with Multiverse X ecosystem, they're all there and they need services right now. So if you're delivering value for the clients, you will be busy. And in the current market, you will get the attention of the community much cheaper and much faster. So I'll give you another example. In the bull market, just to reach to 100,000, let's say Discord community members or Telegram community members would take you 2-3 times longer than it takes right now and 2-3 times expensier. So now it's cheaper and faster because everyone's here and there's no noise.
Okay, you'd think it'd be faster when there's more people.
It's very expensive and there's so many other companies also competing for that attention. Now there's no competition. That's why it's faster.
Okay, I see. And then Maria, what do you think about the marketing landscape and maybe what you would like to change about it?
So there's a lot of cleaning, I will add. I agree with everything that Laura said. And there's a lot of cleaning, like who is building right now. You need to understand that it's a solid, good project because in the bull market, there's a lot of noise. And because we are always in autopilot, it's also difficult to understand, even for the users, what is legit, what is not legit. And you know the current issues in these industries because it's an easy entry for anyone to make money, to scam people. And I am very hopeful and positive that this is changing right now. And who is now building, doing either marketing or any kind of project, you know that they're gonna really succeed in the bull market. Because no one will, the scammers are not building in the bear market.
They're there, but you're right. Right now, there's a focus on quality more so than quantity.
I want to add one more thing before focusing on Web3. We worked a lot with Web2 companies. So for example, NordVPN was our client, some other very large fintech cybersecurity companies. And access to capital for Web2 companies was always more challenging than Web3. Whereas in Web3 space, especially to the bull market, if you have a pitch deck and a half decent team, you can raise your full round in like a couple of hours just to a few phone calls. Whereas right now, the fundraising process looks very much similar to how Web2 companies are raising. So there is still access to capital even now. It's just not, hey, you send the deck in Telegram and you get the money to your wallet the same day. So if you're building the right thing and you're fundraising right now, enough capital to survive this winter, when the bull market hits, you're gonna be in the perfect condition because you have the money, you have the product, and you can raise again in the peak. So companies who are successful right now and who are raising larger rounds right now, they're gonna be the big companies of tomorrow.
Okay, I love it. So there's also more due diligence, of course, and now is the right
Healthy
time.
due diligence.
Yes, much needed.
Yeah.
All right. And so you guys you tend to go around the event circuits. I know you love speaking and doing these sort of opportunities, and whether it's a keynote or a panel. So I wanted to ask you, what is usually the message that you try to convey or transmit whenever you're in front of an audience or up on a stage or on a radio show when it comes to Web3?
So I usually have a few messages. So there's, of course, one sales message, because I'm still here to represent my brand, and then one inspirational message. So from the sales message is always, hey, this is what I do. This is the value I can create for the companies. If there is someone in the audience who matches my energy and the value proposition that we offer, that's amazing. We get a lot of clients just by coming on stage and sharing the knowledge. I'm so much about giving everything for free. I love Gary Vee model. Like, you shouldn't charge for advice, charge for execution. Because there's so much advice, so much strategy out there.
Yeah.
Have it, but execute it. That's the challenge. That's why people come to our agency, because we're not just talkers, we're actually doers. So that's first message.
Okay.
But the second message is inspirational message for all the, especially younger girls who are in the space, because I remember, like, now I'm 28. I remember when I was in my early 20s and it was just going to the space, which was mostly male-dominated space. Tech was way more male-dominated than right now. And I was struggling to find role models, struggling to find someone like me, because what I see? Men with suits. So now when I'm on stage, I would always say, hey, if you're a girl, you're trying to get in this space, you want an internship, come to me. We're gonna give you an internship. You're looking for a job. If I can't give you a job, maybe I'm gonna refer you to someone else, like maybe to Maria, maybe to you, to really give opportunities to women. And I'm super fortunate that there were quite a numerous stories when girls come to me, work together free of charge. I don't like, my consultancy hour starts from 500. My advice hour is for free. And then in 6 months, in 9 months, they get amazing jobs. They double, triple their salary. They start their own side hustle. And that is so rewarding, because back in the day, someone helped me. Someone was there for me, giving me inspiration, giving me guidance. I had an amazing mentor who had 100 people agency in her country. And her hour was super expensive, but she was giving, again, for free because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And because of her, I'm where I am right now.
Okay.
So I would say my second biggest message is, you can do it. And if you're a lady starting this space, you might feel you don't have someone to associate with. There are amazing ladies here.
Love it. I think this resonates with you a lot, Maria. I know we've spoken before about how women should be a bigger part of the industry, and that they can bring certain qualities that maybe men can't. Would you like to share your thoughts?
So look, I see it a little bit different. I'm sure you will resonate. So throughout my career, I don't remember a guy stopping me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I had guys leveraging me, not because of my looks, because of my brain. But whenever I was a girl, I will not get the job, or I will push down. So I think like the frequency I vibrate, it's healthy, empowered people. Because if they see the value, they will bring you in.
Right.
But if there is a girl,
you'll attract
or even a guy, that he's not, look, masculine energy and feminine energy is a 50-50 thing. You have it, we're feminine. The masculine energy to reach on top by yourself and blocking all the, what I'm trying to say is that
blocking the crypto bros.
Yeah, the space, especially this one, has a lot of toxicity of people who don't bring a value, and you can sense that because there are projects they don't survive, and all these projects that they survive and they go for the long term, they're more, But because I build startups and I've been a CMO, now I have my own agency, I saw the whole thing. There is no single startup that they will survive just because of marketing. I've been in companies, lasted for 2 months, and when I sense that the culture is toxic, it comes from the top. If the top female, male, whatever you name it, it's someone that has a bad intention and treats the other one like the manager, and then there's a structure, let's say.
Right.
Yeah.
It trickles down, of course. No, that makes sense.
In crypto, there shouldn't be a structure, by the way. Like, that was a ridiculous company that I encountered. But I put systems, like the operational, you have to have operational system, because even me and Laura go in their company and they need a solution, which is the marketing. It will be blocked if everything else doesn't work.
Right.
So you have to have an operational system, you have to have systems. I've been in this company, for example, I'm giving it as an example, that they were a mess. They didn't have even like a Google Drive, for example, or people that they were hiring them because of that they cost little, you know? So yeah, like.
Yeah. I think that tends to happen within Web3 companies a lot, that there's a lack of a business acumen, right? Or business model from the founders.
Yeah, I consult the founders. So they come to me, I check them, like, you know, most of them come to me because we want to raise. And because I built this experience like 10 years, you know, what you do on your 20s and your 30s, it hits you. And now...
Stays with you.
Yeah, like I always said that everything comes from the top. So if the top really is not an empowered person, female, male, whatever, and he wants to raise whatever his goals is, but I see like a very... crybaby, whatever, I would say you will not go anywhere.
Right.
You will block the whole culture, the whole operation, the whole, you know.
I want to second what Maria is saying. I've been in the space for 7 years, and I had the chance to work with some companies 6 years ago, and I kind of developed this sense where when you go to the company, you see the company culture, the processes, how the management behaves, and within a month or two, you see if the company is going to be successful or not.
Yeah, you can tell right away.
You can tell right away. And being also an investor, and let's say getting projects pitched to you, you don't know these things. But the moment you see it from the inside, let's say when you run a marketing agency, you work with them, within a month or two, you can see so accurately how the company is gonna progress down the line. So now going back to the clients I had in 16, 17, 18, 19, I knew which ones are gonna be successful or not. And it's all about company culture, processes, and management. There are so many good ideas who get funded, but the wrong management without business mindset crushes it. So I'm super excited to hear what Maria is saying, because it's 100% what I have seen in the last 7 years myself.
Okay, so you alluded to a bit of a horror story, I think, with this other company that you worked with.
Well,
do you have any horror stories?
Yeah.
Oh, there are many horror stories.
You can share with us.
I would say the biggest horror story you see working with clients is the client who wants everything yesterday.
Yeah.
Rushes you to get stuff done, but then when you need their input, their approval, they disappear for 2 weeks.
You know what? When you have an agency like me and Laura, you get to, and when you start from zero, you get to get a lot of experience. And it's not easy. It's not easy like going and getting a pay cut, you know, like, a salary. To a company, you don't get, okay, I need to deal with this, I need to deal with emotional, and marketing is all about psychology.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you get to a point where you just read them, and then you're like, okay, does it, like, at the beginning when you open an agency, you just got accepted, oh, my first client, you know, and it's the worst, you know. And then now I know, is this person want to be famous just because they want to be famous and they want to solve another thing in their head, or they want to make money? And because money will come. If you're solving a solution, like we're living in a very consumerism world, if you're solving a solution, they will come. But if you're doing it just for the sake to, I don't know, something happened in your childhood, because
trauma?
I had this, yeah. I was understand why we're not going anywhere. What is this founder needs? He got bullied when he was a kid. I'm telling you, this is a real thing we're having to do with humans.
Yeah.
That's why technology now is winning. Because humans are not solving the problems. They're buying things, and technology is winning because, you know, the next billionaires will be one person with ChatGPT.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah, and blockchain, you know? That's it. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I second this. A lot of founders who come to us, they have specific egos they want to satisfy, and they're not necessarily there for the right reasons. And I always say, you know, what is the hardest client to manage? The one who pays the least.
Yeah, so these ones you have to avoid them.
Yes, because these are clients usually that are very stingy, and they want to get the word for very little amount, and they're going to drag you every day. Whereas the clients who paid the most for our agents, and like our retainers now are usually 5 figures minimum, they're the best to work with. They trust you as an expert, they buy the result, go there and deliver us results. So never settle for low paying clients.
True.
Say that again, it's the camera. All right, guys, unfortunately, we're almost out of time. So I did want to make sure that each of you told everyone how to get in touch with you, which is the best way to reach out to you to learn more about your companies.
LinkedIn, that's the best way. I use Twitter as well. I use all my social media, but I think LinkedIn is more approachable.
Okay.
They can send me a message there if it's a business, and we take it from there.
Okay, what about you, Laura?
So if you would like to reach me, go either www.lkiconsulting.io or feel free to find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, or any other social media channel.
All right. Thank you guys so
Thank
much
you so
for joining
much.
me.
Thank
It was a great conversation.
Thank you.
All right. Everyone else, please stay tuned for the rest of Crypto TV and the market update.
Here are the latest crypto charts. Bitcoin, BTC, is in the green and trading at $26,480. Ethereum, ETH, is up today with a price of $1,621. Solana, SOL, in green right now but down 5.27% this week. And Chainlink's Link is up almost nearly 29% in the month of September.
Before I sign off, I did want to remind everyone that soon upcoming in Dubai is the Future Blockchain Summit from the 15th to the 18th of October, and it's part of the larger GITEX Global Conference. Web3 is going to be there, so make sure to stay tuned for that coverage. That's all the time we have for today, so please remember to give me a like if you like me and leave a comment. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.